Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
Boo, you whore.
a show about whatever the fuck we want. My name is Benji, and I have one thing to say.
Log out.
Log out.
Fear that tea. My name is Mac. Don't mind the background noise, and you can have your space,
Oh,
cowboy.
um, my name is Mikey, and guess who's back in the house? He's click-clacking about.
And my name is Morgan, and insert witty pun about song lyric here.
Real. Bull
Just
gown.
bog out.
Fall gown.
Log out.
And today we are going to be reviewing season 17, episode 13 of. All right, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, do all the things. Follow us on our socials, and if you're not commenting, what the fuck are you doing? Hello?
Being
Right,
fake.
clock all the
Ew.
dates. Ooh. Ew.
Clock it.
So speaking of clocks, so we come back into the workroom and Sam is still crying like she done lost the diamond
Mhm.
in the Titanic into the
Well,
ocean.
she almost did.
She almost did. Um,
And could have.
no, and literally could have. She saw her drag race live flash before her was, and just I mean, I relate. That's a moment like you got a shock scare, and she's like, "Oh, I'm not letting this shit go ever again." Like
Beyond scared straight.
Mm.
beyond
Literally.
beyond scared gay, like scared drag queen. Um, and she also, for some reason, still stands by the fact that her and Lexi worked together, they would have done well.
I'm sure they would have done
Yeah.
fine.
No.
Like I'm sure they probably would have been like the safe team, maybe.
I think I think Lexi would have outshined Sam on that team. But
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
also do think that Sam probably wouldn't have gotten as much out of Lexi as
Mhm.
Anya does.
Yeah.
I
I don't know.
think
I
I
think
think
she's just looking
Sam,
for something.
Yeah.
yeah. I think Sam still would have gotten the same critique because until then, Sam had not gotten out of her own head.
Mhm.
I think
And
this was her
she's too
proper wake up
polished.
call. Yeah,
And
yeah.
like most of the time that's not a bad thing. But they were asking them specifically for this challenge to drop the polish a little bit, be silly, be goofy, be
Yeah.
campy.
They're
Mhm.
like, please be stupid. We are asking
Like
you to be
be
stupid.
stupid. The
Like
girls the girls that won were the ones that were just fucking stupid.
That were
and
goofy.
literally using all 10 of their phalanges in their entire body to look like a
Exactly.
fool. No, literally.
Very Squidward.
Very, very crouching tiger, hidden Squidward.
Who
It's
put you
true.
on the planet?
um,
Ugh.
um, but Jules is feeling like she's being a bit overlooked only because she got the one win, and then also cut to her randomly calling herself the cucaracha of drag in her talking
Exactly.
head.
Well, yes.
Exactly.
Cucaracha.
La
I
cucaracha,
mean,
la
I think
cucaracha.
Jules, it's interesting. Jules has been doing really well so far. Like,
Mhm.
and it doesn't always feel like she only has one win. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any that I necessarily am like screaming to give to her,
Hmm.
but like I don't know, it feels like she has more than one, even though I know that she only has the one.
She
She's
was
just been
in,
doing consistently really well.
Yeah.
yeah, she was always like in the top a lot and then like
Mhm.
second. Like she was always
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
second a lot. But it was usually more of a like, you could either give it to Jules or someone else, and they were like,
Mhm.
let's give it to the other person, or it would be like the winner clearly won, and then like she was the best from the next tier of
Yeah.
Yeah,
performance and runway.
exactly.
Not literally. So we come back into the workroom, and the mini challenge is we get to play a game of Spill the Tea.
Work. We love a touchy subjects moment.
Literally
Yes.
touchy subjects and drag crack. Like,
Love watching it, hate participating in it. Back, the curse is back, baby.
Oh, girl. Well, you get eliminated this time, so it's fine.
Not watching it, but I didn't know it's being replayed.
So even though they
Hmm.
just literally asked this question 2 weeks ago, they're like, who do you think's gonna go home next?
They
Jules.
wanted a refresher.
They wanted a refresher course as if the drama they already provided was not enough for an Emmy.
It never is.
Literally, there's
Yeah.
been enough drama to last for like 2 to 3 seasons, and they're still gonna be
Hmm.
like, yeah, no, you're providing us with what we have. Give us more, mom.
How long do you think Drag Race is going to be referencing? Who ruined my outfit?
It better be for the next 10 years at least. It better be in the
Oh
intro for when they bring in the season 18 queens. It's gonna be the echoed out thing in the back.
Yeah.
God.
Who who ruined my outfit? Like very bad. But the winner of the mini challenge has been Anya Nerve.
Yes, Diva.
Anya's 17th win.
According to the scale of Leduca, yes.
Yes.
But then Rue, and I think also spoiler warning, I think this is the episode that they submit to the Emmys. Rue brings in a surprise for all the queens, and it's their loved ones.
Yes.
So we had
Sure.
Susie's mom, Susan, Anya's dad, Andre, and let me tell you, I almost cried during Anya's because it's like part of her
She
soul got reconnected. Like,
literally, these bitches were ugly
oh,
crying.
listen, they didn't give a fuck about the
They
cameras. They
these
said,
girls were sobbing.
Mhm.
I literally saw a on social media like a comparison of like Anya crying and then like the poster for Get Out because it's
Bye.
like the same or like the scene of the guy sitting in the chair like just like tears down his face.
oh,
Bye.
oh
I'm
my God.
screaming.
Oh my God. At least it wasn't the one dude from Intervention. Um,
Oh,
because oh, they have Jules's dad, Douglas. The minute he walks in, he says, "Hey, Queen.
hey,
Hey,
queen.
Like, that's
Queen."
iconic.
That
That's a
is,
legend.
that's
That's
so
a
I
that's a
good.
great dad.
giggled.
I'll just say, anytime that those two were on screen, I was like invested.
No,
Yeah.
literally. We also had Sam Starr's mom, Leslie.
And them.
I I was living for Sam Starr's mom.
Miss
Her
That's a
Leslie.
mom,
diva.
I, if there are no Sam Star mom lovers, I'm dead. Like, Max
She
face is
said,
me when I see Sam Star's mom. Like, that's me.
oh, mom. So literally,
Max
oh,
frozen like this the whole time.
ah,
See,
oh,
exactly.
Sam Star's mom has more wins on Drag Race than Electra Bionic. I'm just
Long
saying.
real, so real. Or,
and she ate that.
and she did. She said, "I'm a flip
Sorry,
flop kind of girl."
spoilers.
She said, "I'm a flip flop kind of girl," and I lived because that was so genuine.
She was so real, and their story is just like it's just the cutest.
No,
Like
Hmm.
literally. And then we have the gag of all gags. Lexi Love's biological mother, Tammy, pops up in the workroom, y'all.
much discourse
Yes.
online about this,
I
by the
Yeah.
know, and
way.
I was a
Yeah.
little perplexed by that because I'm like, let the story lead where
No,
it may.
literally,
Y'all
like,
don't know where the fuck
and
their
like
relationship's at.
two things can be true. Like, we
Right.
can have a rough past and also be working on our future.
I
No,
Like,
also
exactly.
I saw like my favorite take on it was that like whether or not it like whether or not like they are okay, it still can be important to talk about like parent-kid relationships that aren't perfect
Yeah.
mhm.
and show that like sometimes like you take as much as you can get and like it it doesn't work for everybody, but sometimes you just have to work for it and in different ways. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it was important to have them there and to see a
Hmm.
relationship like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
To see
especially
somebody who's
the moments that we get because of it are like everything.
like, you can tell that this mom at the end of the day loves their kid,
Yeah.
Hmm.
and they might not be perfect all the time, but she's working on it.
Yeah, and like who is?
Literally.
Exactly. And you can see even just how much, like, what her mom puts out in the workroom
Yeah.
is received so amazingly by Lexi. Like, it's like some of the words that she had been waiting for her whole life, you know?
Literally.
Literally,
Even using like the correct pronouns when speaking with Rue was monumental.
And
literally. Like,
obviously it's all a TV show, so take it all with a grain of salt, but like, it seemed like at the very least, like, they I'm sure Lexi had to co-sign that before just like
Yeah.
them
How
bringing her mom there. You know what I
hmm,
mean?
right. They didn't just like this wasn't like Project DNA
Yeah,
on Big
they
Brother. Like,
eh. Uh, but my favorite quote from RuPaul this episode is, "We put them through hell and they survived. Now we're gonna put you through hell."
yeah,
exactly.
that was so funny. Just like giving them their props, all the parents. And now it's your turn. Like, don't get all happy yet. Susie Toots mom.
Because the Maxi challenge, it's time for
Oh.
the makeover, the drag family resemblance challenge.
Well, yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Like, we knew a makeover had to be coming soon.
Hmm.
Hmm. And it's here in full force.
And that, like, it's so clear that they're trying to get that Emmy back,
Hmm.
that
Oh,
they made it
sister.
family again.
Oh, they made it multiple opportunities.
Like,
They said,
they needed to have those crying moments.
Yeah, yeah.
They needed to have those powerful conversations.
and
Like,
we there's quite a lot of meat in this episode because we
Hmm.
we get into a lot of storylines here.
oh, Anya's
So
dad. Oh,
Anya's dad, uh,
Okay,
so
Laura
Anya,
Roach.
no, literally, Anya discloses that her dad was like in and out of prison, for robbing banks while she was growing up.
Miss Rob Herder Banks.
Listen, I literally said cut to Anya's dad suggesting his drag name be Rob Herdemegs.
Like,
Yeah,
my
I cried laughing.
Oh
I did
my
too. They should
God.
I
have kept that
cried
name.
laughing. I'm
like,
like,
it
that's
was such a good
crazy.
name.
That
That's
was
so fucking
And
crazy. And I
imagine
loved
having to
it.
explain that to RuPaul too. Be like, oh yeah, that's because
I used to rub bangs. Like,
Like, RuPaul, that would have
RuPaul would
like
have died
RuPaul would
laughing.
have fell out.
RuPaul would have had one of
No,
the
literally,
exactly.
literally.
her sweatpants would have shown because she would have fell back.
No, like,
I'm I'm so sorry, but robbing banks is the most stereotypical, like, criminal, like, goofy cartoon, like they're wearing they're wearing like
oh,
the
the
black
mask
beanie, the
and the striped
mask, and the
shirt.
yes, like literally the with the little sack of cash that they just
And when he did
grabbed
that, it looked
from the
like
That's
Tommy's kid
crazy.
bank.
Ewoks.
That's crazy.
This
Um,
is me, and this is me pretending
Me when I rob a bank.
that
Me when
sorry.
I Miss Piggy and I rob a bank.
me and my Abora reaction.
Me
My Abora imitation.
when I'm the tired aunt meme.
Oh, which time? But we also get into a heavier topic. Although Miss Rob Herdabanks is a key and a half, Jewel reveals that like prior to her whole bionic spine moment, that her brother was killed in a car accident in 2022. So her father has, just like her, had to go through a lot of adversity.
Hmm.
But I think that probably speaks to why Jules's dad was so excited to be here
Yeah.
for Jules. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure the loss of a child like that makes you just want to be there for every moment of your
Hmm.
kids that are here still.
Yeah,
And I think it's really beautiful that despite the grief that they've clearly gone through together, it brought them together as a family, and the two of them just have such a beautiful relationship.
Oh, they
yeah,
do. I love it. Like that's every queer kid's legit fantasy of like just oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah,
Like
we have
Like,
that version, which was
yes.
the ideal, and then you have the like the
The
Susie Toot version, which is like
yeah,
way more up my alley of just like that person who like doesn't really understand it, but
or even
is
in some cases
supportive.
Lexi's beginning part of the
Yeah,
story.
yeah. There's so many different pathways, but I related to Susie Toots the most.
mhm.
That was like that spoke to me a lot as somebody who like grew up with like somebody who I never thought would be an ally just based on growing up,
Mhm.
but then is also still like not really into like gay culture still and isn't like
Yeah.
over the top about things, so doesn't really understand like
Hmm.
how those things correlate and doesn't really grasp like drag race or anything like that. So it's this awkward barrier still that you still have to work around. You can still have a good relationship, but
Yeah,
there's still this like disconnect.
Mhm.
absolutely.
But
Um, mhm. No, go ahead, Mom. You are totally
um
clear.
I think this was another one that was like it was really beautiful to see because like you could tell that Susie was really putting in work to make sure her mom was comfortable being in this space. And you could also tell that her mom, despite how uncomfortable she might have been, was really putting in work to be there for her kid.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
she might not have been the most excited to be there, but she was like, they asked me to do this for my kid, so I'm going to show up and do that for them.
Yeah.
Hmm. And then cut to Susie Toot wrapping her in fucking duct tape in the workroom.
Listen, I'm here for the concept. I don't know about the execution.
Oh,
I
I was
don't
dying.
know.
I was dying laughing. I was like, oh, she mad at her, and I'm taking it out on you like this. Now sit here with
Like
this bag on your
they
head.
said, they told this woman that they're like, okay, your son is a drag queen, your kid is a drag queen, like, and you have to. They're gonna put you in drag. We're gonna bring them here so they can put you on the stage. And she thought she was gonna be in like a gorgeous gown and maybe a
I thought she was
wig
gonna be a flapper down. Like,
with like a
Hmm.
yeah. And then
A cute
Susie
finger
started
wave.
wrapping her in duct tape. She was like, "Oh, I don't think I know what this is."
Yeah, she looked mad the whole. She looked like over it the whole
she
time. I
she
was
did,
dying.
and the dads were getting their lives with those titties. Like,
Oh, period. Miss
Oh,
Salchicha.
Pam.
uh,
Salchicha.
I
Chicha was giving.
listen. I said salchicha is Rue's new coffee enema.
Girl.
Like,
Hmm.
uh,
Very that.
um, but the Lexi and Suzuatu story really had this episode because Lexi has a light bulb moment and comes to the realization that Susie too is the essentially the personification of the child she never got to be growing up.
Yeah.
Or like the young adult at least.
Yeah.
Like she never. This was the alternate pathway.
Yeah.
Like the door that she never got to open that led down a completely different road. And I think that this was like when I was watching this, I was like, and me, and me. Like this was such a realization moment that came full circle because it's been very set up the whole time that
Mhm.
Lexi has this very one-sided thing against Susie and keeps bringing it up to Susie, and every time Susie meets her with love
Yeah.
and does not interact with that whatsoever, that
Yeah.
negativity. And Lexi is still so in her head about it. And this episode, her breaking that down and being like, this is completely why. Like, I am jealous of her. I am jealous of her. And the
Mhm.
experience that she got to have, I wanted that experience too. Like, and so I am jealous of her. I could have been that. And at the end, to be like, you know what? I think I need to start being nicer to Susie too.
Yes, literally. Took her 13 episodes, but we got there. To be fair, it also didn't start episode one, so I will give her that. Um, but I hope that this brings around like the end of the arc and be like, okay, they can if Sam Star and Suzuatu can be friends, then Miss Lexi Love and Suzuatu can also be friends because they're
Not
already
If
Sam Star
sisters.
though.
if Sam Star and Lydia Collins can be
No,
Yeah,
friends,
literally.
like Sam Star as well. This episode, like it was giving me life. I love their story too. They're like everybody had this cute, like something to grasp onto story,
yeah.
and I was just really invested. I think
It
my
was a really like eclectic group of parents that they got, and like
Mhm.
with really interesting stories all around.
Yeah, I think that was very interesting.
I I feel like for most of the parents, probably not Susie's mother, but everyone else's parent, it felt like literally like exactly how their child acts.
Hmm.
Like
Oh
and they
yeah.
just got along so well that it was like seeing how Jules acts and like how she kind of behaves around people and then seeing the
Hmm.
dad be like, "Oh, yeah, no, that's your father for sure." And just like the chemistry that we got from a lot of them.
Especially
Um,
like Anya and her father, like
Hmm.
those
yes.
two were so alike, and
So charismatic.
like they were just so funny together.
They
And I'll say
were.
even Susie's mom, like I can see how that correlates to Susie as well, like the more
Hmm.
reserved, like old fashioned type, like I could definitely see how that plays into it. And also Susie,
Like her name is Susan.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
literally.
Yeah.
I would also
I,
say I'd
her
like to
mom did
piggy.
trip up on that too in the beginning. It was like and used dead well not dead name, but like boy name and then was like, Susie.
Oh,
Uh
and then I would like to piggyback off of that for Morgan in terms of Sam as well. Like we kind of, because toward the like end of it when they're starting to get ready, Sam does reveal that her mom is a little more reserved, a little more conservative when it comes to her looks, and I think that may also like tag into why we don't see Sam like fully out. Not that she's not confident, but maybe that's something she's adapted from her mom and seeing the way her mom dresses and revering that and being like, I want to be as beautiful as my mom is, so therefore this is how I shall dress.
her mom back in the day,
like
diva.
Gorgeous.
Gort's
Oh yeah.
done.
That
Gorgeous. She
diva.
better win that fucking swimsuit
When
contest.
she
Oh,
said
Oh.
when she said that swimming or that swimsuit contest in like 1940 whatever or whatever she
She
said,
said,
I
oh
was
no, she
like,
said 1920 was Suzawa too.
yeah, like you better put some respect on your fucking mom.
No,
Literally,
literally.
no,
Like
bitch.
how dare you?
literally. I feel like Sam Star's mother would be great on Dance Moms.
Lit-
Real.
Perfect candidate.
Oh, she'd be
Bring that
so
back.
good. She'd be
I
so good.
need
Oh,
Sam Star's mom on Trader season 4.
no, literally. No, I
Literally.
need
Real.
her. I need her to come back on Secret Celeb Drag Race with Wintergreen,
Wintergreen.
Hmm.
all the divas.
Her in Trader Season 4 running around the forest for a challenge. I don't run. I usually just walk in flip flops.
Hmm.
I would love for one of the
would
trader
eat.
challenges to be a literal swimsuit contest and she wins again.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Like,
And she was
Um,
giving body this episode too,
no,
And
so
literally.
was
And by the time
a
that
couple of
her
girls were
when her
given
mom
body.
went through, Sam Star's cry count was probably at like 4 or 5
Well, yes.
for the
literally like
episode.
this one episode she cried more than she's cried in her life. Like
Yeah, literally. She cried upon her mom's entrance with her mom being there during the consults,
She
getting
cried when
her
she walked back
ready.
from the lip sync.
She
She cried when she
did.
walked into the workroom before her mom got there. She
Yes.
cried when her mom got there. She cried when her mom was there.
She cried before she left and
She
untucked.
cried in the confessional talking about her mom being
She
there.
Yes.
probably she probably cried when nobody went home.
No, literally,
Literally.
super healthy. Love that for
Oh,
the
spoilers
diva.
again. Oh my God.
We'll get there. Um, but some other cute moments to poke at is that Jules' dad reveals that Jules put the entire family into drag, which is how we got Miss Salchicha in the first place,
Like
Exactly
word.
though.
and also took her drag club when they switched, when she had to switch schools and they moved to go watch her first drag performance.
Which was everything.
Like
Real.
Literally,
that's a present fucking father. That's a
Hmm.
that's a good fucking dad.
literally.
And it like just to I I don't really go out to clubs that much, but if I did and if I went with my mom would do the exact same fucking thing.
Hmm.
Like my mom would become the club mom, same as like Sam Starr's mom. That would be her tea down. And so like I just love that they get to have a relationship like that with their parent. That's so fun.
Yeah.
Literally, as they're starting to get ready as well, which brings us to our next point. Um, Sam's mom was like, "Oh, how many times do you go see Susie, or have you seen Susie perform in drag?" And Susie's mom was like, "Oh, I've seen him in theater more often. When they did theater, I went all the time, but I think I've only seen Susie 3 or 4 times in drag.
Hmm.
How often do you see your child?" She's like, Miss Leslie said, "Oh, I see her at least once per weekend
Yeah.
Oh,
because she has two
Literally.
shows."
At least once per weekend was crazy in response. Like, oh, oh, 3 or 4 times for you. Well, I like literally at least once a weekend.
And like and Susie's mom clocks her in that moment. She's like, "Oh, now you're making me feel bad. Damn."
Not literally.
Hey,
wow.
like you
And
didn't have to show off
Wow.
like that.
and it's through that some of the queens start noticing that like the reserved nature of Suzua and her mom's like synergy and
Mhm.
dynamic is very different.
Yeah, everyone
Um,
else was so connected and mingling with
yeah,
each other and having a kiki, and then you glance over to Susie and her mom is sitting here turned away from her, and Susie's doing her own makeup in the mirror, not even looking at her. Like, no,
hmm
nobody's talking. Like, there's just
Yeah.
a separation, and I like related to that a lot. Like,
Hmm.
yeah,
that would definitely be a vibe that was happening with me.
literally. So Susie said she felt like the door had never been open like that, and I don't know, that touched me a bit because it's like it's one thing to be like, okay, you accept your child, but then when you really start getting tested and challenged with the things that you now have to learn that for the sake of your child because you love them does not come easy to all parents. They don't give you a perfect navigation guide of like this is how your child will go based on these instructions. Like it's very much not like it's very much a what is it? I keep thinking of The Walking Dead during the like where you have to make the choice in order to progress in the game. But like very that no one's gonna tell you how to do things. You're gonna figure it out as you go, and no matter how bumpy the road is, you still got there. It's just
Yeah.
it takes more time for others.
I think it's also fair to point out that like while yes, you want your parents to be like super supportive of everything you do, like
Yeah.
Susie's mom is still like her own person, and like maybe that's just not her favorite thing in the world. Like, yeah, she loved going to theater shows, which was more
Mhm.
like reserved, I'm sure, and like she got to sit and watch something that she is used to. It's more of her realm of things. So like it's not that she's not supportive. It's just like
Right.
she's not a very club going out person. So like why would she be
Yeah.
going out to the clubs at like midnight? Like that's not her tea.
And like I think it like even through that you can still see like clearly this is a parent that supports their child and their child's dreams.
Yeah.
Like and it might not look the same as everybody else's relationship, but they it's what works for them.
Yep.
Yeah. Um, and right before we get on stage for these looks, um, Miss Salchicha was asked by her daughter, like, oh, okay, so what's the vibe? How are you feeling? And she says, I think Mickey Mouse is going down, referring to Miss Susie too.
Hmm.
I was like, see, I see where she gets that chismosa energy.
Yes.
Exactly. Literally, Jules is like, see, chismosa, we're back. Chismosa corner is back.
Like father, like drag queen.
Yes.
Exactly.
So our guest judge today is Miss June Diane Rayfield, even though it's spelt like Raphael. Um,
Love her.
love her. So
Don't
she's an
raise your hand like that in a
actress.
question.
I don't know who this
I
woman
don't,
is.
Y'all have
I,
never
So
I
seen
she's
anything this
don't,
woman's in?
but
she's an
What was it?
actress. She's in Grace and Frankie on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
She's a comedian and a writer.
She's been in a few things.
She's been in
She
Anchorman
usually plays that
2.
like side character that's like kind of a bitch.
She's been in Bride Wars.
Mm.
no.
Let's see. Cheaper by
Right.
the Dozen.
Oh,
Yeah, she was in Cheaper by the Dozen.
who was she in that?
Anne Vaughn. It was the 2022 version.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
She's
The,
been on American
ugh.
Dad. She's been on
Girl,
American Dad as
the Steve
Susie.
Martin Cheaper by the Dozen, great fucking movie.
Literally. She's been a New Girl as Sadie.
Oh,
Didn't watch
okay.
it.
So my partner Jeremy, who I watched it with, was like immediately obsessed with the guest judge. I'm sitting here like, who's this lady?
Yeah, I love her.
She
Um,
loves New
Word.
Girl.
she's
Okay.
been on Park and Rec as Tinnifer, BoJack
Yes.
Horseman.
Okay,
God,
Um,
finally,
that was
finally.
her?
yeah,
Yes. I was like, I was
that was
waiting
her.
for one of the references to, because she always plays this like side character. She either plays like a ditz or like a bitch,
Yes.
and she plays
I
it so
can't
well.
believe I didn't recognize Tinnifer. That's crazy.
She's been on The Muppets,
Come on, Muppets, work.
Big Mouth, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Hmm.
Oh,
I've
she's
seen
been on
Big
Fresh Off
Mouth.
the Boat.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
She's been, yeah,
Work.
The
I'm
Goldbergs.
sorry, Miss Rayfield. I'm sorry to you, Diva.
And
Yeah,
her only credit for this year as far as film is for Drag Race. So,
exactly.
Oh,
but this diva has been working.
okay.
And speak of working, we got visual representation.
And Return of La
Yes.
Roche. Mwah.
Oh yes,
Yes.
and La Roach. We love us
Yes.
some La Roach.
Girl, and Law Roach love her some none
Some
your
some
business.
Rob her
some
to banks.
Well, it's none your
that
business. That's her dead name.
category. Oh wow, Rob Herdebegs. So category is drag family resemblance. First to the stage, we have Miss Lexi Love, and
Like when I said girls were giving body, this is who I
body.
was talking about.
No,
Her mom was eating.
Like,
and is,
what?
and they don't have a back either. Like,
Literally, like
I'm
her
mad they
ass
don't.
was out and it looked fucking banging.
No, literally,
Hmm.
she's like, I warned you, mother, just so you know.
And
The
Amy.
Yes, Lexi Love and Mimi Lovely.
the actual outfits themselves,
Hmm.
meh.
They're fine.
I feel like mom is outshining Lexi here.
Well, and is.
Yeah. This
Like,
also reminds me of the entrance look for Lexi.
Hmm.
Hmm. I think like hair and headpiece go to. Hmm. Okay, this up I would give to Lexi
Hmm.
for me because I love that hair. Oof,
I know with that
that
bang.
color.
it's
Oof,
insanely good.
love that. And her beat is everything. But
Oh
then
Literally.
the
yeah,
actual
they
outfit, I think the red is better.
It
yeah.
popped more.
Yeah.
Even though she hasn't too light and it doesn't pop as much, but like if it was like a brighter neon pink, I think this would have sold a bit better.
I
Hmm.
wish I also wish Lexi had the full corset with the breast cups too.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wish that her headpiece had more of the pink in it.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Also, imagine putting your mom in this outfit.
Like when she put it down on the table and it was just a bunch of fucking like
Straps.
straps.
She goes, "Is this bondage?"
No
And
kidding.
like in a way, yes.
What
Um,
And Lexi said,
but yeah.
"No, it's lingerie." Which, like, yeah, she was right, but
she was right.
it
Yeah.
also is like it's got
It's
the metal
cute.
rings. It's bondage inspired.
Yeah. It's cute though. It's not like groundbreaking by
Yeah,
any
No.
means. But I'd give it a woo.
it's
It's a
it
woo.
it landed her exactly where I expected, which was safe.
Hmm.
It's a woo.
Ooh.
All right, next to the Hardy stage, we have Miss Sam Star and her mama, Sassy Star.
Hmm.
Giving body, yes.
Literally. Even the guest judge herself said, I can't wait until my kids are at that age where they're like, yes, I get to put mom on a thong on national TV.
Literally. This is one of those like you make the same you make like two different silhouette outfits with using the same fabric. Like we see
Literally.
that a lot in makeovers,
Hmm.
and I think this is just like a really easy, it sounds a little rude, but like a little easy, safe way to come across as family resemblance. That or the same silhouette in different colors, which we saw with um Lexi and her mom.
I feel like when it comes to family resemblance, I would prefer matching over like, okay, you take this element here and this element here and then cross it, because that statistically has not done well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Sam did really well in the family resemblance part in kind of like all aspects of what that requires too, though.
Right.
Because like they in the face they look exactly the same. They got the same wig on.
Hmm.
They look like family, and
Yeah.
the outfits also just like look like they're in the same like runway collection.
Yeah. I
Um,
think they had a little bit of a, dare I say, unfair advantage because you can't tell me that she hasn't put her mom in like full drag multiple times. Like
no,
they
literally.
have
Yeah.
practice. Like
Like if she's going to the club every weekend,
literally.
there's no way Sam
And
one
she's like
time
the
wasn't like,
drag mother
yeah,
of the group, as she says, like you know she'd be walking in there up in drag.
yeah.
Yes.
Um,
And like she just sold it. Like I was living for these two. They look great.
they look so good. Like
It's giving
the fringe.
yeah.
Ooh, I lived so good. Like, and I lived for the fact that like the string, I was clocking like all the details. The string is still just like a rope, just rope.
Yes.
It was so country still. Like I was just living. I loved everything about it.
I live for the fact that this is a reveal for mom. Like there was
Hmm.
a whole section of this outfit beforehand, and she said, "No, I'm gonna take it off."
Exactly. She got to have her diva moment,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and
And
it was a
Sam,
big
Yes.
fat.
it's a
Yeah.
woo.
Like
Ooh.
this like acid wash denim. It looks like the sky. It's so
Yeah,
gorgeous. Like
it's so good.
woo.
Period. And speaking of acid wash, next to the stage we have Miss Susie 2 and her drag mom, Miss
Mm,
Queenie 2.
uh,
This is the most fashionable look on that runway, by the way.
Okay, you know what? So
Very,
like
very
I
Saint
was
Tropez.
I was gonna clown on this, but I can't lie. This picture of it actually makes me like it more than I did before. I don't know
It's
why.
very cute. It's
Like,
cute.
It's cute.
I'm still gagged on the flats for mom.
I
hey,
mean,
I'm I think
I'm not gagged.
we can try as much as we might with the makeover partners. but when it is like a woman of a previous generation,
Correct.
um, I can forgive
Yeah.
her needing to wear some flats.
And I
Oh,
think
it's
Susie did express like I want her to be as comfortable as possible too. So,
that's real. I mean, I think the only thing I would have asked, like, she doesn't need to be in no pleasers anytime soon. I think like a nice biscuit shoe, like a nice
oh,
medium
I
would have been
definitely
nice
would have been like,
if
"Mom,
she could handle it.
you're putting on at least a wedge.
But yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
just like
I
a
don't
little
Like a
care."
something
cute little
something.
biscuit heel. She doesn't have to be that far.
Oh, my
Or
mom's
even
not
like
putting
some
on a
cute
biscuit heel.
like short character Laducas
Like my
if we're
mom's
gonna
putting
go
on a
for the
stiletto or bust.
But no, like a cute little like Leduc, a small Leduca character shoe would have been cute.
Hmm.
But that's nobody's fault here. She looks cute.
Yeah, like,
And
and I think that Susie's look is actually very cute. I do enjoy the like the overall suspender into pinstripe. Like, it was cute. It was very Susie, and I think she got her aesthetic down. And like they did their like little Betty Boopy down the
Boop
runway
boop be doop.
moment. Um, it was exactly what I thought it was too, which was safe.
I think what I one thing that I would have changed is I wish the buttons on Susie's overalls were black, and I
Hmm.
wish there were two white buttons on her mom's
Hmm.
skirt or something.
I
Yeah, I was
agree. I
thinking
wish
maybe
she
like
had overall moment on
the
the mom
middle
too.
lapel right there in the middle.
Yeah, yeah, like right there. And I actually agree with that, Morgan, if it was like a little overall skirt.
Hmm.
Yes, that would have been so
I
cute.
think her mom's outfit is a little too simple for me. Like I like Susie's is simple, but it's still giving me very like very fashion. I got the reference that La Roche is making. But for the
The like comme
mom,
des
I was
garçons of it
like,
all, yeah.
yeah, I was like, it was very like nothing vibe.
I don't love this. Um, I think it's an interesting idea. And I think Susie looks fine.
Hmm.
I think the exaggeration, like the extra puffiness for the mom was a good idea. I feel like the skirt place, like how high the skirt is, it's giving nerd to
I wish
me.
there should have been like a little tutu or like a crinoline under the
Hmm.
skirt so that it puffed out a little bit
I
more.
think her
Yeah.
skirt needed to be a little bit longer too, because if you zoom in on that picture, you can see where the padding just like and like bumps out.
Oh,
Well,
It
yeah.
because
makes
I
her like
mean,
look
Yes.
crazy.
you can also tell this woman just has like teeny little legs.
Yeah,
She does.
it makes her look crazy. It needed to be a little longer. It needed to be a little fuller for me.
Yeah, either longer skirt or shorter pad.
Maybe even like a white underneath the black to
Yeah,
like make
just
it pop
like
more.
a little like poofy tutu or something,
Yeah,
just under the skirt to puff it out a little bit, hide the pads a
yeah.
little
The
bit.
moms look like all together needed a little more for me.
Yeah,
I give this like a soft woo. Soft woo.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
really soft woo for me.
I agree. Like just over the line into woo for me.
This is actually gonna be a boo for me.
I feel like that's how I've been with Susie the whole time, which has been like
Yeah.
why it's so funny when the girls are like, "She's the front runner. She's the one we gotta look out for." And I'm like, "Well, she's just been kind of like
Cuts to
safe
Anya.
the whole
It
time."
and like I've been saying it the whole time. It's just because she was the first to two, and
Hmm.
so the girls just like haven't forgotten about it because she wouldn't let them forget for a minute. And like I wouldn't too. I wouldn't either if I was Susie. I would be bragging in that moment if I was the only girl with two wins. But
No,
Girl,
literally.
same. And I'd be telling myself, you can't be like that because you know what happens. You start tooting your own horn, and then you get in your head and
you
get
Susie
too
to your own
confident and send
horn.
yourself, and then you send yourself home. But I would still be like, all you other bitches are nothing.
So Xana
You wish you were
coded.
me.
Literally.
If for the girls that watch Canada's Drag Race, Xana from season what is it? Season
Five.
four, what,
Five.
five? Yeah. She wins one challenge and suddenly like she's the best girl to ever walk
Girl,
in
I
the
would make it to
workroom and
top
everyone.
one time. It would be over. I wouldn't even have to win.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
no, literally.
Listen, Michaela got her
How,
together.
how many times have you
Okay.
girls been in the top three?
Me, week one. How many times have y'all been in the top three? Zero? Hmm.
Literally. Right. Yeah, that's what he thought. You can go home now.
But woo. And then one boo.
All right, and speaking of boop boop be doop, next to the stage we have Miss Jewel Sparkles and
Boot.
Salchicha. Sparkles, this is a boot. I'm so
Like,
sorry.
I'm
This is
so,
boo.
like, I just
So
need to start
pissed.
because I am like, I can't express to you how much this episode still, like, reinvigorated my love of Jewel Sparkles. Like, I love Jewel Sparkles. Like, that is from the beginning. That's been my queen. It has not stopped the whole time. I live for everything Jewel Sparkles does. However, this was an act of violence. Like, when this, first off, when they're sitting in the workroom and Miss Salchicha is even trying on wigs and is like, no, 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 no. And then we settled on the one we're on. I was like, something's up. Something's up. Like, somebody's playing a prank on me. And then when they turn the corner and we're wearing matching Shein hoodies made of the faux rug fur that I can get for $10 on Amazon.com. No, no body to be found. Like, I was so sad for Miss Salchicha because this was her moment. Like, if they were wearing anything even remotely cute, they would have been in the top down. Like, this was awful. This is the worst thing they could have turned around the runway in. Like, I could not believe my eyes.
And like I I when they turned the corner and it was this, I was like, okay, work. This is cute. There's probably something underneath it though.
Well, they said in the workroom, she said specifically, my dad asked for a reveal. And so I'm giving them that. And then they didn't reveal together, and she saved it for the lip sync.
And I was like,
I could not believe it. Maybe there must have been something that happened where, like, something with her dad where, like, it wasn't working
mm-hmm.
and they had to scrap it and just, like, do it because otherwise there's no way. Because she had the reveal still. She
Right.
used it
Yeah.
during the lip sync. So, like, and it was cute. They were wearing like a Cher-esque like bodysuit and like long wig. Like that would have been so cute on the Salchicha. Like I would have lived, honey.
But
And the two colors don't go together.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Like
No, but see, this is
Well,
exactly what I mean of like cross referencing these colors with each other and it not being effective.
I think the biggest thing for me is that like I think the blue and the purple are fine, but then you have this like teal blue wig and this like pinky wig on Jules, and
yeah.
those really
Like
take me out of it.
I know that that doesn't match because I've seen Mikey in teal here and it's giving teal, not blue. It's not giving baby blue. It's not
And like,
matching.
can I be real? I think that Salchicha is like kind of eating. Like the look itself on Salchicha is making more sense for me. And then for Jules, I don't like that the
It's eating
blue
her
is
up
so
more.
much. And then like the blue, so like on Salchicha, the purple into the blue boot isn't as offensive to me as Jules's blue into purple boot.
Yeah.
Like
It's like black stockings, white shoes versus white stockings, black shoes.
very, very bad.
Literally.
That
Shouldn't
Literally.
be
shouldn't be
allowed in
allowed
the
in the
church.
Shouldn't
church.
be allowed in the church.
Exactly. And this shouldn't have been allowed on a stage.
It unfortunately is a boo for Miss Sanchicha.
Boo.
So
This is
Chibu.
this is a clear boo for me.
I'm gonna
Safe to
need
say.
when Jules is on All Stars, they need to bring Salchicha back too.
Exactly.
And speaking of All Stars, next to the stage we have Miss Audrey Nerve and none your motherfucking
I had to
business.
swipe away.
Uh,
Yeah, these were
this was not my favorite for Miss Anya.
rough.
I was confused by the vision.
I
Um,
think she just had the vision was she had these two outfits that kind of matched that were like the same
and
style.
like, did they kind of match?
They're both shoulder thing corset skirts. So in that sense they do.
This was confusing to me.
Yeah, one thing I don't love to do is mix metallic colors like silver and gold, and Anya's doing that, especially with the like
Hmm.
highlighter yellow hair going with the gold, and then you've got the silver corset. I don't really
Yeah.
understand that. And then the green wig, I don't know why you would have that because then it makes the gold look like a greeny gold and it's giving like fake gold.
Yeah, like I think on Nanya, the ensemble of it all is a lot more successful.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I like I think it's all just kind of
I
bad.
wish that they had like come out in full because I feel like we really just didn't get to have this moment of like a full gown. Because like Anya serves
Ball gown.
glamour and excellence so well.
Yeah,
And if she had put her dad in a gown beat moment,
Oh.
y'all could have easily been in the top. Like it would have been over. Even if you had the same color scheme, which I think is atrocious,
yeah,
it still would have been better than what we
Anya would have
got.
won.
This was giving very like Spirit Halloween.
it's giving dress up.
Yeah, this was something clearly dangerous for me. Like I was like my fight or flight kicked in when I saw this. Like something happened with me where I was like, this is giving me an adverse reaction, like I'm getting hives. Like I did not enjoy this at all. And I think Anya looked worse, which was crazy.
Yeah, Anya's definitely looked worse, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I was so shocked.
Her dad is serving though. Look at that. Look
Her
at this picture.
Literally,
oh, her
the
dad's
mug is
confidence.
stamped.
Charisma.
Like
Charisma.
and La Roche said, bitch,
Charisma.
meet me in the back.
Literally.
And not to fight.
But this is a boo.
Yeah, this is a boo
Yeah,
for
it's a
me.
boo. Sorry, Diva.
Are we?
Well, no.
And that fugly heel on the dad too.
No,
That
That
chunky
literally.
that
heel.
chunky heel.
That disco heel.
With the ankle strap.
Hmm.
It was
He
the
didn't
I
put
can't
probably
ankle
it
wait
was
to
strap.
probably
see.
it was
Can't
probably
wait
like
to
the
see Raven
only
say something.
it was probably the only heel he could like feel
Yeah,
stable on.
that's
And I
real.
clocked Lexi too. Lexi, they had ankle straps on as well.
Yes,
So
they did.
I can't wait for Raven to say something because they're going
Trend alert.
to. Trend alert,
Chandler
ankle
ankle
straps.
straps.
And they're going to be so mad about it. Cutting off your leg. Shortness.
The buckle. So the winner of this week's challenge is none other than Miss Sham Shar.
Duh.
Yes.
Like,
Like, of
duh.
course.
So good.
Like literally nobody else was even close.
Yeah.
We love her being win bottom to win.
Well, yes.
Versatility.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like they both of them were just so charismatic. They looked fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I knew Sam Star was gonna do well in a challenge like this.
Yeah. Very proud of Sam Star. Glad to be on Team Sam Star. I've found my way.
it took me a little while, but like
Hmm.
I'm Samstar really grew on me. And I think it was the same with um Trinity too on her season. Like
Hmm.
I didn't necessarily live for her at the beginning, but she just became such an endearing character in the same way that Sam has. You just kind of can't help but love her. And they're both just really good at drag.
It's that she devil
Exactly.
magic.
It's the She Devil magic.
The
And
blood.
Hmm.
it's also the fact that she was allowed to raid her mother's closet prior to leaving.
Oop, clock it.
Not too
No,
much.
she confirmed it at
Oh, she
Roscoe's.
did. Oh, she literally was like, I wasn't I wasn't letting you spend $80,000 on your first time on Drag Race. Like,
Right, exactly. And that like I think that was really smart of Trinity to
hmm,
be like, I did this, I know what it took for me, and now
yeah.
that I have the resources to be able to support you in this endeavor, here.
Did you guys
Hmm.
watch Pit Stop with Plastique?
I
Which
did.
first of
No.
all, congratulations to
Congratulations,
Plastique.
Miss Plastic. She's
Congrats,
getting
Yay!
Like,
That
married.
fucking rock
right?
on her finger, are you
Bitch.
kidding?
Listen.
Mom, that looked like that I thought it was fake at first too. I was in the same boat as Monet, like, girl, is that real? That's a diamond? That's a diamond? That's a full ass fucking diamond on your hand right now? Like, okay. But back to what I was gonna reference. Plastique and Monet had talked about their first seasons and like how girls now come in with this full package of
Hmm.
expensive looks. And Monet was like, girl, you look good on your season. I looked crazy. And and Plastique was like, girl, I didn't even spend money on my season. I was getting stuff from Alyssa and like I was going to designers and like begging and pleading to just like borrow an outfit. She said I had enough money to go to New York one time and I went to New York and I was sitting there begging and crying to people to let me borrow things for free. And then I had to pray that I didn't rip nothing up because my career would be over. She said that's why I wasn't lip syncing the whole time. I had to have good outfits to keep me off the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. But with the winner does come a bottom two, which is Anya Nerve and Jewel Sparkles. I feel like this one was pretty
Yeah.
clear cut.
It was
Yeah.
correct.
This episode, it was very much like everybody is falling exactly where you expect. Sam
Yeah.
winner, Lexi, Susie safe, Jules Anya bottom.
And I like I'm I think I said last episode that I thought Jules was going to do well this
I did
episode, and I'm like
too.
I'm really sad, but I
I think Jules is
like
gonna maybe next episode.
yeah.
Spoiler.
Um but yeah, then well, cut to
Cut two. Um, so before we get into the lip sync and all that, I just find it really funny that the win equity looks like a plurality vote right now. Oh, we
4
Hmm.
to 3 to
have
2 to 2 to 2.
no 4 to 3 to 2 to 1.
And I would know about that one. Thanks,
Uh,
Karen. Shout out, Karen.
we have
Love
Anya with
Karen.
4, Sam with 3, Suzanne with 2, and Jules with 1.
Oh my god, I'm the Anya?
And
Ah,
also Lexi Love with 2.
Oh, gag. Well, Sam has three. Susie has two. Oh, I forgot Lexi's here.
yeah,
Gag.
four
That's
four to three
crazy.
to 2 to 1. Yes.
Yeah, I
Gag.
was like we're forgetting someone, Diva.
Oh, Diva, that was not on purpose.
Love Lexi.
Love
Lexi
that.
love.
So what
I got
happened in
deep
the
into
lip
the bag.
sync?
Um, let's see. Listen, it was to one thing by like a classic 2000 song for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what happened with that diva. But Miss Jules done splayed her taint for RuPaul on the stage.
Sweetie. Sweetie, when I tell you, Anya,
Anya got ate the
you
fuck
should be
up.
lucky. You should be lucky that was
Hmm.
a double Shantae. You should be lucky
This
there was love in the air because my good sister, Miss Jules Sparkles, ate that lip sync
This bitch
this
down.
was
felt
giving.
this felt very like Darian Lake versus Ben de la Creme the first time, where
Oh
like
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Darian won the lip sync, and they probably were planning on sending her home, but like she won that lip sync. But they're not gonna send Ben de la Creme. They're not gonna send Anya Nerve
Yeah.
4 wins home at the final 5. No
Yeah.
way.
Mm-hmm.
I
Especially
That would
when
mean,
be
she didn't do like
crazy.
bad.
She didn't. No, she absolutely held her own and like
like in a
If
way.
But
if if
but Jules
I'm
ate.
if
Oh, eight
I'm a
down.
messy producer, I would send Anya home with 4 wins and have the
Listen,
audience be gagged.
listen. Like
That would
I'm
be
okay.
crazy.
When I'm watching Drag Race and like if I'm a judge, the lip sync matters to me. Like if you don't win the lip sync, you go home. I don't care about your track record. Like
Mhm.
you could have you could have won every single challenge the whole time and you could be facing off against the person that's been in the bottom every single episode so far. If you lost that lip sync, you're going home. I don't care. Like
It's reminded of looking at Morgan's voting record for something.
exactly. I am consistent in that. Like the lip sync matters to me and if I'm doing a drag race simulator, shout out the drag race simulator, I turn off lip sync riggery because
No
Yeah.
real.
you better go home if you lose that lip sync. Like that's how I feel. And
Mhm.
Jules would have just sent Anya home if I was the judge,
And would have.
but
But
she didn't.
and I'm glad. I think both of them
Yeah,
deserve to stay and like I
right.
especially knowing that there's one more episode. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Before the
And
finale,
I
yeah.
will say also I enjoy when a makeup makeover episode isn't like an elimination episode as well because they're
Yes.
so subjective and they change how they rule them every single time. So,
Hmm.
and it also like
Yeah.
it probably sucks to be the person that is paired with the person that goes home because it's not
mhm,
their fault at all, but they still have to deal with some of the weight of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
exactly. It's like, oh, it was my fault. Especially if it's your loved one. It's like, well, I'm sorry, girl. Like, I
Right.
should have given more. Like, I should have let you do this. I should have let you do that. And they
Shout
don't
out
need to be doing all
to
that.
Alyssa Edwards and All Stars 2 when her and her sister were there on the anniversary of one of the parents passing.
hmm And then goes home.
And
And then
then
goes home. I'm like,
Goes home.
damn,
Gets sent
Alyssa hates
home.
that.
Gets sent home
He- Over
unrighteously.
Roxy. Over Roxy Andrews.
Detox them being like, I couldn't send her home. I'm sorry.
because
Like,
like here's the thing. Did Roxy deserve to go home? Yes. Did Roxy deserve to go home for that challenge? No.
No.
no. And also, I don't know if this is tea or not, but I saw this on the interwebs. Did they actually remove the season 6 makeover episode off of Paramount Plus
Yes.
Yeah, you
So
Yeah.
can't
the
watch it
because of
anymore.
so
that guy,
T
right?
yeah, so the
Yeah.
T for that is the the fiance had brought him on there as punishment
Mm-hmm.
because he done cheated of some nature, I believe. I'm probably paraphrasing a good majority of this. But much to the detriment of no longer having that episode, it has been taken down. It can't be seen anywhere.
Yeah,
Which is sad because that's the episode Jocelyn Fox goes home.
exactly. And
Yes.
So
like,
you
I
never
hate
see what
that.
it just you just don't know what
That's why
happened.
I feel like Jocelyn really needs to come back now. Like, it's beyond due for me at this point.
It's been like and
It's been her time.
Jocelyn is still like performing. It's not like
And she's good. Like, and she's funny. I love Jocelyn Fox.
she
Like,
was just such an endearing character and I'm like I'm
mhm.
surprised that she hasn't even like she's never even been like in the conversation.
I think the only time I remember her being in the conversation was for 8.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's always, I feel like ever since like All Stars 5, that's even maybe 4. I feel like 4 onwards, the fans have wanted her,
Hmm
Yeah.
similar to how they wanted Angina and then Angina shut up and flopped.
I feel like
Like
Jocelyn is in the same realm as like
Jaden
her,
Dior
Jaden
Fierce.
Dior Fierce.
Jaden
Yeah.
Dior Fierce
Exactly.
needs to come back. Oh my God.
Yeah. Wait till we make a wish list about All
Oh,
Stars.
literally, which will
It's
probably be
Gilmore
Literally.
shortly after
Girls.
this season.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're
Um,
gonna need some filler episodes, so
we
Yeah.
are. I mean,
Thank
there
you,
will
Zach.
be
This
there's some
is
other things in the
more.
works for that as well. But so no one goes to before we get into the whole part, the season 6 episode. So I was right. He did cheat, and that was his repentance. But so much to the
mhm.
point where he sent a cease and desist letter to the show, and that's why it got removed.
Crazy.
Shame rings bell.
They should have
Yeah,
made them sign a little more of a contract because like you should not be able to get that taken down.
Right.
No,
And that's the thing,
literally.
like
he was also
I
homophobic, so
Yeah.
On,
but like
on
I don't know, I feel like that they still should have been able to protect themselves from something like that.
Yeah.
yeah, like a re-edit would have been nice. Would
Well,
have
can
been
no, I
really.
like honestly, when you're especially to like a major television network, I mean, it wasn't major at the time, they were still on logo, but like
Yeah,
um,
they were still like it was a syndicated television
Hmm.
network show. Like they I really feel like the people who are coming onto this for just an episode like that, they kind of have to sign
the
pretty much
NDA
every right away for their
mm,
streaming because they're like you're agreeing to be on this as like
in
as a special
perpetuity.
thing. Like yeah,
mhm.
like
I think the problem is probably that it was on logo at the time and they weren't thinking of those sort of things. And even now, even if they wanted to do like a re-edit, they probably don't have like access to
The
all of that
Well,
footage
footage.
still.
it's been over 10 years, so
Yeah.
I
It
which is
sucks.
wild.
yeah.
It's like
I
on the same level as them taking out the Wanda singing in Palau. Like
Hmm.
it's like erasing
oh,
history.
that's
That's like
nasty.
literally Wanda's whole thing, and they
Literally,
took
that's
it
more
out
than
of the premiere.
Wanda.
I
Bring back
never watched
Wanda.
that season.
You should bring back
And
Wanda.
now you'll never know what that
One to
means.
50.
Wait, what do you mean? I watched it. No, it was still there when I watched
It's not
Palau.
on Go watch Paramount Plus right now and tell me it's on there because it's not.
Oh, that's
Oh, she
nasty.
she knew.
I, girl, I know my
That
Survivor
was the first
Let me
episode of Palau.
complain to the pod. Uh,
because
And
it like now
Let
the
me hear
edit
my
doesn't make sense because
frustrations.
that's like literally the whole. That's
yeah,
Wanda's whole edit in the premiere is that she
she's
was like
singing
kind
on
of
the
out there
boat,
and
didn't
singing
make
and
a tribe,
unwilling,
and then
rubbing
went
people
back
the
on the
wrong
boat.
way, and then that's why she gets voted out and then sings and like instead you just don't see her.
That's so
Oh,
not
funny.
cute.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Anyways, what is cute is that none of the girls go home.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Drag Race. Um,
Triggers.
Wait, is that what we're
right.
talking about?
And we get a sneak peek into next week's episode. So this is like the penultimate challenge since season 12 where they auditioned for RuPaul's Drag Race Live.
Hmm.
Yes.
So it's going to be
Right.
a full-on performance.
Yep.
Now,
Interesting.
who do we think gets cut right before Final Four?
Ooh. I feel
That's
like the
difficult.
last time we asked that, the consensus was probably a Jules or a Susie.
Hmm. I feel like Joel, Susie, Lexi are like the three up for grabs.
That's
Yeah.
exactly how I feel.
And I feel
But
like based on my intuition and my vision, it can't be Joel Sparkles. So
I feel
therefore, it
like
has to be one of the others.
yeah, I feel like I think we're all agreed that like Anya and Sam are pretty much locks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
I feel
think
like we haven't gotten our Susie Lexi lip sync yet, so that is on the horizon for me.
Yeah,
ooh,
that's,
Mm,
I feel like we're probably gonna get that. I don't,
Hmm.
we've seen Susie do her thing, but like, is she just gonna tap dance again? And then
Yeah.
Lexi, we've seen her eat down a lip sync, but like, what
I feel like
other type of
it's
dancing?
going to be either Lexi gets defeated by the person she's been worried about the whole time, or Lexi overcomes and defeats the person she's been worried about the whole time.
yeah.
yeah.
It's going to
It's
revolve around Lexi.
like Susie is definitely Lexi's like final boss.
Exactly. And I think that's what's going to happen next episode.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
That's my opinion. Um, but, that is all we have for now. We will see you again at the top five next week. Bye bye.